Hello and welcome to New Faces, where European Voice gets to know some of the new members of the European Parliament. With me today is Brando Benifei, who is a new MEP from the Democratic Party in Italy, which is a member of the Socialists and Democrats group. Now, Brando is 28 years old, which makes him the youngest member of the Democratic Party in Italy, and possibly the youngest member of the S&D group, although we're still trying to figure that out. So, Brando, thank you very much for being here with us today. Now, obviously, youth unemployment and the general situation for young people in Europe was a big issue in these elections, particularly in Southern Europe. Tell us a bit about your background and how you intend to, how you will see your role during this term as such a young MEP.
Thank you. I think, as you mentioned, the unemployment of young people and in general of all the European people is the core issue that we have to tackle in the next years. Because without a decent job, anything else really goes behind. I mean, having a decent job and a decent life, it's, I think, a priority for everyone to have a good life and to ensure our cohesion stays the same inside our countries and that we keep a good society going on in Europe. I've been working in the past in the working group of the Party of European Socialists that dealt with the Youth Guarantee. I've been for 4 years the Vice President of Young European Socialists and the Europe Secretary of the Youth of the Democratic Party of Italy. So I've been working a lot on these European youth policy issues. Like Erasmus, now we have the new program Erasmus+, but especially on unemployment issues like this new program that is the Youth Guarantee that in the original proposal that we made as PES, as Party of European Socialists, we wanted to have more resources and a larger covering for young people to ensure that no young European is inactive for more than 4 months. He has to be in training or studying or working. Otherwise, we are building a lost generation. So we wanted more resources for that, a stronger youth guarantee. What we obtained with the Barroso Commission was a watered down version. So we want to go further on that, have a stronger youth guarantee for the future, and at the same time restart a stronger than now than the present economic recovery. Because without a full economic recovery and a real European-wide industrial policy, we can't really restart the economy. So otherwise, I mean, incentives like the youth guarantee to hire new people will not be sufficient.
You mentioned some of the Commission strategies on combating youth unemployment. For you as member of the Parliament, do you feel that the Parliament is a bit hamstrung in terms of just waiting for the Commission to come out with proposals? Are you very dependent on the makeup of the next Commission?
Yeah,
can the Parliament really strengthen
I think the Parliament has already got a big victory this time by putting Juncker forward. We will probably have him as a President of the European Commission. I think it's a victory for the Parliament because I'm a European federalist. I think there's been a very strong victory for the Parliament by getting one of the candidates of the European groups to be proposed by the European Council as President of Commission, because Juncker was the candidate of EPP. This way we put forward a kind of political, like, it was a forcing, because in fact, as you've seen, both Merkel and Cameron, who even refused to vote for Juncker, said that they want to review the procedure. But I think we have to go on further in this direction, that the Parliament has stronger say, and I will be a member of the Federalist Intergroup, and we will propose for having a new convention to reform the treaties and go on towards a stronger, more integrated Europe. I mean, we can have a two-tier, what's the word in English? Two-level, multi-level Europe in that. like we can accept that some member states we are now, but we want a core of European states to get a stronger union. We can start with the Eurozone states.
Now you mentioned, Juncker will obviously be, at least to an extent, beholden to the Parliament for the position he's in, and there's expected to be a close relationship between the Commission and the Parliament, and possibly a more federalist direction, depending on who you ask. Now, in Italy, obviously the Democratic Party had a huge success, and this is a very pro-European party, but that was not the case in many other countries, most notably France and the UK. As an Italian MEP, how will you work with your colleagues from countries that are much more Eurosceptic than Italy? How will you maintain that balance between what the people in Italy want versus maybe what some people in other countries want?
Well, I think it's important to work with everyone. In fact, in another interview, I said that I think it's important that also on youth issues, we work even with the Eurosceptics. We have to discuss with everyone. I believe very much that we can find points of in common with everyone. But obviously, I will pursue a stronger union, and so I will probably be quarreling a lot with the Eurosceptics, but my opinion is that we should work for a grand bargain in Europe between the northern European countries and the southern. We have to accept a stronger fiscal control, because you remember, when I think the Greek crisis has been dealt with in a not very efficient way, but it was true, and we have to remember that the Greek government did make some fake accounts and really cheated on the budgets, and we need to accept a stronger coordinated control of the budgets in European countries between us in the Council, in exchange of having more time for the southern countries to get rid of the debts and to be able to still do a bit of deficit, because otherwise we will not restart. I remember that Schroeder in Germany, now a strong country in terms of economy and growth, Schroeder did go over the limit of the 3%, and at the same time, like we are doing in Italy with Renzi, did strong reforms, and now Germany is doing his job. And I think that also Italy, but this is applicable to other Southern European countries, we need the margin to start growing again. We will ask with a lot of conviction. We did it also in the European campaign, and I think it will be a priority of the presidency of Italy of the Council of the European Union that we separate some of the investments from the calculation of the deficits. We need to have a space for investment for the Southern European countries. This way we can restart growth, and the Southern Europe can be again at the center stage of European integration.
Great. Well, Brando, thank you so much for joining us today. And you've been watching New Faces with European Voice.